Hello, everyone. Welcome to Simple English Family. Today, we are going to talk about something very important. How to speak English without fear. How to feel confident when you speak. Before we start, here is today's question. What is the number one reason people do not speak English? Is it grammar? Is it vocabulary? Or is it something else? Think about it. The answer is inside today's conversation. Write your answer in the comments. Now, let's begin. David, I need to tell you something.
Of course, Sarah. What is it?
Yesterday, I went to a coffee shop.
Oh, nice. How was it?
The person at the counter spoke to me in English.
Really? What did they say?
They said, "What would you like to order?"
And what did you say?
I said, "Nothing." I just pointed at the menu.
Oh, no. Why?
Because I was scared. My heart was beating fast. My mind went blank.
I understand. That happens to many people, Sarah.
But I know the words. I know how to say, "I would like a coffee, please."
Yes, that is very good English.
But in that moment, I forgot everything.
That feeling is called speaking anxiety. Speaking anxiety.
What does that mean?
It means fear of speaking. Many English learners feel this.
So it is normal?
Very normal. You are not alone, Sarah.
That makes me feel a little better.
The good news is you can overcome it.
Overcome means to beat it? To win against it?
Exactly. To beat the fear. To win.
Okay, I want to learn how.
Let's talk about it.
David, you said I can overcome the fear, but how?
The first step is start small.
Start small? What do you mean?
Don't try to speak long sentences first.
Just short sentences?
Yes, very short. Just 2 or 3 words.
Like, good morning?
Perfect. That is a great start.
Or thank you?
Yes, exactly. These small words build your confidence.
Confidence means feeling strong, feeling sure about yourself?
Yes, when you say small things every day, your brain starts to feel safe.
Safe?
Yes, your brain thinks English is okay. English is not dangerous.
Huh, that is funny. My brain thinks English is dangerous?
Many people's brains do. It is a natural reaction.
So I should practice small words every single day?
Every single day. Even one sentence is enough.
I can do that. I will say good morning to my neighbor tomorrow.
That is wonderful, Sarah. One step at a time.
One step at a time. I like that.
Small steps make big progress.
Big progress. Okay, I will remember that. David, I tried your idea. I said good morning to my neighbor.
That is great. How did it feel?
Honestly, a little strange, but also good.
Strange but good. That is the feeling of slow growth.
Growth? Like I am getting better?
Exactly. Uncomfortable things help us grow.
Okay, what else can I do to practice?
Have you tried mirror practice?
Mirror practice? What is that?
You stand in front of a mirror and you speak English to yourself.
To myself? In the mirror?
Yes, you look at your own face. You watch your mouth. You watch your slow expressions.
Expressions. Like my face movements?
Yes, happy face, serious face, surprised face.
And this helps with English?
Very much. When you see yourself speaking, you feel more slow, natural.
More natural, like it feels easier?
Yes, your body and your voice start to work together.
That is interesting. I never thought about my body and voice working together.
Many people forget speaking is not just in the brain, it is also in the body.
In the body, like my hands, my face?
Exactly. Body language is part of communication.
Body language. I have heard this word before.
Good. It means how your body speaks, even without words.
Oh, like when I cross my arms, that means I'm not comfortable?
Exactly right. You already understand body language.
I never connected it to English speaking before.
Now you can. Practice in the mirror, words and body language together.
I will try tonight. David, something happened at work today.
What happened?
My manager asked me a question in English, in front of everyone.
Oh, what did you do?
I answered, but I made a mistake.
What kind of mistake?
I said, yesterday I go to the meeting, not went.
Ah, a grammar mistake.
I felt so embarrassed. My face went red.
I understand. That feeling is very common.
Did everyone notice?
Maybe, but here is the truth. Most people do not care about small mistakes.
Really?
Really. They care about your message. What are you trying to say?
So my message was understood?
Yes, your manager understood you perfectly.
That is true. She answered my question.
Exactly. Communication was successful.
Successful, even with a mistake.
Mistakes are part of learning. Every great English speaker made many mistakes first.
Even you, David?
Especially me. I still make mistakes sometimes.
Seriously?
Seriously. The difference is I do not stop. I keep going.
Keep going. Do not stop.
That is the secret. Never let a mistake make you silent.
Never let a mistake make me silent. I will remember this.
Good. Say it again.
Never let a mistake make me silent.
Louder.
Never let a mistake make me silent.
Perfect. Now you're getting it.
David, last night I went to a restaurant with my family.
Oh, nice. Did you speak English?
Yes, I spoke to the waiter in English.
Really? What did you say?
I said, "Excuse me, can I have the menu, please?"
Excellent. That is perfect English.
And then he answered in English, and I understood him.
Sarah, that is a huge step.
I know, I was so happy. My hands were shaking a little.
That is normal, but you did it anyway.
I did it anyway. That felt amazing.
That feeling, that is called courage.
Courage, doing something even when you are scared.
Exactly. Courage is not no fear. Courage is fear plus action.
Fear plus action. I like that.
So what happened next at the restaurant?
The waiter asked, "Would you like still or sparkling water?"
Oh, that is a tricky question. What did you say?
I did not know the word sparkling, so I said, "Sorry, can you see that again slowly, please?"
Oh, Sarah, that is perfect.
Really? But I did not understand the word.
It doesn't matter. You asked clearly. You communicated.
And he explained. He said, "Sparkling water has bubbles."
Yes, and now you know a new word, sparkling.
Sparkling water with bubbles. I chose still water, by the way.
Good choice. But you see, real life is the best teacher.
Real-life conversations teach me more than studying alone.
100%. Books are good, but real speaking is better.
I need to speak more in real life.
Every day, even small moments, the waiter, the shopkeeper, your neighbor.
Every small moment is practice.
Every single one.
David, I went back to that coffee shop.
The same one where you pointed at the menu?
Yes, the same one.
And?
The same person was at the counter.
Oh, wow. What happened?
She asked, "What would you like to order?"
And?
I looked at her, I took a breath, and I said, "I would like a medium coffee with milk, please."
Sarah!
She smiled and said, "Of course, coming right up."
That is incredible. How did you feel?
Like I was on top of the world. I wanted to cry. Happy tears.
That moment, that is why we practice.
It was just a coffee order, but it felt like everything.
Because it was everything. It was proof that you can do it.
Proof. Evidence that I am improving.
You are not the same Sarah from last month.
I feel different, more confident.
You are more confident, and it will keep growing.
What is the most important thing I have learned?
You tell me.
That the fear is normal, but I must speak anyway.
Perfect. Fear is normal. Speak anyway.
Every mistake is okay. Every small step matters.
And every real conversation?
Teaches me more than any book.
You learned well, Sarah.
I had a good teacher.
We learned together.
Wonderful. Sara and David had a beautiful conversation today. Now, do you remember today's question? The question was, what is the number one reason people do not speak English? Is it grammar? Is it vocabulary? The answer is fear. Fear is the number one reason. Not grammar, not vocabulary. Most people already know enough English to communicate, but fear makes them silent. So, speak anyway. Make mistakes. Start small. Use real life every day. Write your answer in the comments. Do you feel fear when you speak English? Tell us your story. If this video helped you, please subscribe to Simple English Family. Share this video with one friend who wants to learn English. See you in the next video. Goodbye.